Earlier this week, I read what I considered a very sobering article in the latest issue of America. And by the way, if anybody is interested in reading a magazine that gives you the latest information on what's going on in the Catholic Church, though it does give it to you from a Jesuit perspective, America is an excellent magazine. But in this article, which was titled "The Gospel According to the Nuns," now I got to stop and make sure that my New York City accent doesn't screw up this word, because the word nuns, N-O-N-E-S, is very important. It's the word that researchers use to describe those individuals who have chosen not to select any religion. They are neither Catholic nor Protestant nor any affiliated religion. The short name for it is nuns. So I'm not talking about sisters, I'm not talking about our good religious nuns. I'm talking about a very specific demographic slice referred to as nuns. And in this article, it divulges the latest research on Americans reporting that they have no religious affiliation. And the research was conducted by Pew Research Forum, which is a very well-respected research company that specifically looks at various religious issues and theological issues and does quite a bit of research. So I want to quote right from the article. The latest Pew research, published in May, now that's only a month ago, published in May, shows that the nuns, N-O-N-E-S, are closing in faster than anticipated. The new numbers show that between 2007 and 2014, that population who selects no religion, called the nuns, has grown to nearly 23% of the United States population. Nearly 23% of the people claim no religious affiliation. But if that's not alarming, among Americans under the age 30, the percentage of nuns has jumped to nearly 40%. Nearly 40% of those under the age of 30 choose no religious affiliation. In 1990, and that's just 25 years ago, that same question was asked, and at that time, 7% of the American population said that they didn't have a religious affiliation. By 2008, that number doubled, more than doubled, to 15%. And in those short ensuing years until May of 2015, the numbers increased to 23%. My friends, so you might be sitting there saying, so what? What does this have to do with us? We're here, we're sitting in the pew, we're practicing our faith. Well, I think it has plenty to do with all of us. Each of us are born with the gift of faith. Notice I say the gift of faith. The desire for God is written in the human heart because we are created by God and for God. And that faith is nurtured through the sacraments, first and foremost through that beautiful sacrament of sacraments, the first one that we all receive, our sacrament of baptism. And then it's strengthened by our sacrament of confirmation, and then it's nourished by our frequent reception of the Eucharist. But also, it's nourished, it's strengthened, it helps to give purpose by being members of a faith community, such as St. Gregory the Great Parish. But that faith, that gift, like the seed sowed in today's gospel, has to be fed, has to be cared for. It has to be nurtured if we expect it to grow and to strengthen over time. How many of you have ever tried to grow anything? Anything, house plants, vegetable gardens, flowers. How many have tried to grow? You all know that trying to grow anything, it ain't easy. As a matter of fact, my loving wife very often refers to me as John with the brown thumb. I think that's a compliment, but I'm not exactly sure. But you know, if the miracle of growth is to work, that biological miracle that allows a small seed to turn into a mature plant, it could only happen with the cooperation of a human, coupled with the blessings of God. Our faith needs to have that same attention, that same cooperation, that same focus, that same work to put into it to make sure that it grows. From childhood through adulthood, our Catholic family offers numerous ways to do that. Family faith formation is one way where children and adults are offered opportunities to grow and be catechized in their own faith. We have the unique gift in this diocese of our own seminary that provides quality education and catechesis for adults. Many of our parishioners have experience taking courses at the seminary, some obtaining certificates and graduate degrees. All of our priests and deacons are graduates of the seminary, have been formed and educated there prior to our ordinations. RCIA is offered for those seeking full participation in the Catholic faith, or for those who wish to learn more about their faith. Perhaps they stopped their catechesis at an early age and now feel that desire, that yearning, that pull to learn more about their faith. RCIA is a beautiful program that does that. And then, of course, we just heard Debbie and Jack speak prior to the start of the Mass about mission, one of the most beautiful and gentle ways for Catholics to deepen their faith. That beautiful 7-night session, that experience of liturgies and talks and fellowship that has touched the lives of thousands of our parishioners over the last 18 years is what Jack and Debbie offered to those who have not yet experienced it. Many of our parish leaders, past and present, began a more intense faith journey following their mission experience. And like any gift, our gift of faith is meant to be shared with others. Look around you today. Think about who you wish were with you and aren't. Maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's a child or children, parents, grandparents, neighbors. Perhaps it's someone that you work with. All of us know someone who we wish would come and join us at this beautiful table where we celebrate the Eucharist. Well, my prayer for each of you this evening is a call to action. Is there someone whom you wish that was here today that isn't, that you can invite to come with you next week, or perhaps during the week to Mass? Is there someone who you wish to share the good news, someone with whom you wish to give that hope, that knowledge that God loves us all, and all He asks is that we love Him back? Our faith is not meant to be something we selfishly keep to ourselves. It's meant to be shared, to tell others about that good news, to have others see your light of faith and want to have that same light, to join this faith community. As we continue our Eucharistic celebration, I pray that you will all be open to sharing the greatest gift we have, our faith, with those who need our encouragement our support, and our prayers. It's the only way we can begin to change those nuns into faith-filled people who seek a faith family.